if you're struggling with loneliness, you have no friends, and you have no man checking for you, it's all in your head. When it comes to men checking for you, the reason why they're probably not even checking for you like that is because you're too busy checking for them. Yeah. It's giving desperate. Making friends is not hard. When you befriend someone, it's all because you have common interests. You need to give off that bad bee energy. Men are always checking for the women that are not checking for them. Yeah.
If you fuck with me, go out there and be ambitious. Go out there and really get shit done and stop depending on motherfuckers.
The star in any room that I stand in. I am the stand.
Oh, now we gotta go.
Hey Rych Babes, let's talk about deep loneliness and what to do when it feels like nobody's there for you. Hi, I'm Dyor. I'm your host and I'm so excited today because we're talking about how to overcome deep loneliness in different areas of your life. So you know this feeling when you're on your glow up journey and suddenly you have no friends around and it seems like no man is checking for you either. Listen, y'all, it's early in the morning. I'm sorry for my voice. I woke up at 4 this morning to record because I'm going to be at football games all day. So it's a real thing. But Rych Babe, it's always going to be in your head. Today, we're going to break down how to recognize deep loneliness, why it happens, and what you can do to flip the script.
I do get lonely sometimes, for sure. And I think for me, what's important is not me pretending that I don't get lonely, but me being sure that in my loneliness, I don't return to things that I know are not for me, all because I want to feel something. I think that's what's important. All attention doesn't move me, and it shouldn't, because if I allow it to move me, it's going to move me down a path that I don't actually want to go down, because the attention I'm receiving is coming from people who don't share the same intent that I share in, and I know that. So I have to still remain in a space where I say, you know what, I am too good for that. And knowing that that doesn't make me arrogant, it just makes me selective, and that I need to be selective, because me being selective means that I have clarity. And if I lack clarity, I'm going to go for a little bit of everything and just hope that something sticks. And that's the place that I don't have to allow myself to go to. I can acknowledge that I'm lonely and acknowledge that I want what I want and still believe that I'm going to get it. But if anything, I think that it orients my mind around this concept that when I do get it, it's going to be a complement to my life and not a completion of it. And I think that that's a very important thing to be mindful of, because my happiness is up to me and I have to move as if it is so. And that doesn't mean that I don't want somebody, that I'm not going to grow with somebody, and that when God decides to send a black man my way that is intentional and funny and emotionally intelligent and a leader and ambitious, that I am not going to love him down, because I am. But until he gets here, this is where we are. And I'm going to fill my life with the things that matter, understanding that feeling empty-handed in regards to the things I want does not mean that I am empty. And it's very important for me to remind myself, and for you to remind yourself, that I'm whole right now. My life is beautiful right now. I am worthy right now, in this moment, under these circumstances, and let everything else be what it's going to be.
Yes, it is a compliment to your happiness, but you are responsible for your own happiness. So let's be real for just a second. Sometimes you think no man is checking for you. That's because you're just too busy checking for them. Yes, that's right. And when you're constantly looking for validation or hoping someone notices you, you're giving off that energy of I'm looking for attention. But men and people in general are drawn to those who aren't pressed. That's why the ones who seem unbothered, who are doing their own thing, get the most attention and get noticed. It's that bad bitch energy, babe. Men are always checking for women who aren't checking for them. Okay, so let's break down some signs of deep loneliness. Number 1, you're overly focused on who's not reaching out. Is that you? If you're spending too much time wondering why your phone is dry or why your crush hasn't hit you up, you're missing the point. The focus should be on you and not them. Number 2, you feel isolated in social settings. Even when you're around people, you feel like no one gets you. It's like being surrounded but still feeling so lonely. This is a sign that you're outgrowing your current environment and it's time to find a new circle. Number 3, you think that making friends are super hard. Listen, Rych Babes, making friends isn't hard when you're putting yourself in the right places. You just need to find people with common interests. Don't try to force connections in places where you don't vibe with anyone.
I definitely struggled with loneliness for a very long time. But what I realized about it is like there's a difference between being lonely and like solitude. So there's seasons that you're going to go through where you're just by yourself, and there's nothing wrong with being by yourself, right? The only time that there is something wrong with being by yourself is when you don't feel safe enough within yourself to be alone. And if that's you, then I would definitely encourage you to like take some time to really do some inner work to figure out like, what is it about myself that I feel like it's hard for me to just kind of be with myself? Because truth be told, I think that being alone sometimes is good. Being by yourself allows you time to get to know yourself without the influence of other people. And so as I was on my journey, I had to know the difference between loneliness and solitude. Solitude meaning you're just by yourself for a time, right? Like you may, like I like having solitude, times of solitude. And that looks like for me going to the parks, taking walks, putting my headphones in and just vibing out, like not being social, just kind of being in my own little world, in my own bubble. And I think those moments of solitude are super important because what that does is it allows for you to explore yourself. It allows for you to pour and learn to pour back into yourself.
Read, educate yourself, find something to do. I never feel alone because I'm so busy all the time expanding my consciousness, my mind. We have the internet now. You can literally just click on a button and see a whole nother person. Like right now, I'm talking to you. You know, if you need validation, I think a lot of people need validation because they haven't validated themselves yet. When you validate yourself as a divine being, you don't need other people's validation. You are enough for yourself. And if you're in your divine energy and you start feeling alone and vibrating alone, then that's what you're going to attract, aloneness. Okay? So instead of saying that you feel alone, why don't you think this instead? I feel present. I feel special. I feel as if others are looking for people with my frequency to exchange information with. You know, instead of saying I feel alone, just start thinking the opposite. Because once you reach your divine frequency, when you speak, things happen. Okay? So you can't be in your divine and not get what you want. That just doesn't make sense. Okay? So think about that. How would a divine person speak? Would a divine person say, I'm lonely? Or would they say, I'm going to create something that will make me feel less lonely, or feel like I'm a part of something, or feel like, you know, other people who are like-minded will become a part of, you know? So just say what you want instead of what you feel that you are, especially if it's negative. Don't talk negative about yourself. That's something that divine beings never do. They don't talk negative about themselves unless it's in a sarcastic way, but divine people don't talk negative about themselves. Okay. So that's another thing that you have to realize. And they have, you know, they walk in their competence. Now it depends on the personality that you also have. Like some people are more humble, some people are more arrogant, some people are very quiet, some people are very loud, but you have to personalize your own experience and don't let people tell you there's a right or wrong way to do anything. Don't allow people to judge you because you cannot judge divine. Okay. So that means also you stop caring what other people think because you're too divine to care. Okay. There you go. And once you start walking in that frequency, life will change for the better.
So, my rich babes, how do we move past this? Here's how you can change the game and get back on top. So, I came up with a few things for you to just, help you out. Number one, start ignoring what's not serving you. Stop checking for people who aren't checking for you. Focus on leveling up yourself and watch how they suddenly start paying attention. It's like they can sense when you stop caring. Number two, put yourself in new environments. Go where people who share your energy and interests hang out. Whether it's networking events, hobby classes, or even online communities like us, Find spaces where you feel like you can just connect. Number three is work on that bad bitch energy. This isn't just about looks. It's a whole vibe. When you walk into a room, you need to feel like you own it. People are going to take notice. That kind of confidence is magnetic. And how you attract the right kind of people, friends, and men. Number four, remember, it's not that men aren't checking for you. You're just not checking for the right ones. Sometimes the ones worth noticing are right there, but you're too focused on the ones who aren't paying you any mind. Shift your focus on the real ones who see your worth without you having to chase them. Number five is creating your own happiness and routine. You do not need any friends or a man to validate you. Find peace in your daily life, set goals, pamper yourself, and enjoy your own company. I love that. The more content you are with being alone, the more quality people that you attract. Loneliness is just a phase. It's not a forever thing. Remember, being alone doesn't mean you're unworthy of connection. It means that you're in a season of growth. You're leveling up and shedding the things and people who do not serve you. So if no one is checking for you right now, it's because you're meant to focus on yourself. Stay on your own path, keep your head held high, and soon you'll see that the right people will come into your life when you're not even looking. Rich babes, make sure that you drop a comment below if you're going through a phase of deep loneliness, and let's talk about it. I'm here for you, boo. Remember that this is just a chapter in your journey, not the full story. So please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. It's super free. Please like this video so other women like you can find this video. And please make sure that you are subscribed so we can grow together. I am on the road to 100K, and nothing is gonna stop my rich babes from achieving such a huge goal. So with that being said, rich babes, I love you all so much. Thank you all for continuing to support this channel and loving on each other in the comments. I'd be so proud when I just see the support that you give one another in these comments. I love it. I love y'all, and I'll see you all again next time. Stay rich, rich babes.